Let's do it.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. You read the title. So, a store owner was acquitted in South Carolina after he made sure there's a 14-year-old kid was never made to speak, talk, walk, or exist again. We're going to look at some footage and get your reaction to what took place. Before I get into that, I want to make sure that you understand that my opinions are my opinions only, and how I feel about it, I just want to share my mind. And that's all I'm here to do, to share my mind. Because what I see is a pattern. And the pattern I see is, an understanding that we in a country where by a person's skin tone or skin color means target, means do what you want, means they mean less than, they mean nothing. So, for me to be who I am, I have to express how I feel and what it is.
Of empty water will show you where Cyrus was running from to where he was shot in the back.
Heartbreaking.
16-year-old Kevin Snyder was one of many adding flowers to a going makeshift memorial for Cyrus. Snyder saying this incident hits close.
Really could have been me. Could have been anybody.
Leon Lott said it best that,
a bottle of water should not
have to take a person's life, especially a 14-year-old in our community.
A community now
come
together, but also outraged.
We already have one incident of a store owner, then the city
and law
officials need to do whatever they can to
investigate that individual,
make sure that it doesn't happen.
John Tyler is a community activist.
To incidents like
This caught on camera where the gas station owner Ricky Chow appears to be fighting another young customer.
With this not only his first, but his third infraction as a store owner, me as an active citizen want to know why wasn't he stopped the second time?
District
Councilwoman Gretchen Barron also coming to the gas
memorial
saying the community just needs to
Cyrus's family for now.
They don't have their child.
That's
heartbreaking to me.
That they don't have
their child.
I want us to be able
want us
to
to really wrap our arms around this family first.
And
allow them to heal.
And also asking for a stop to
the
convenience store after a night of looting. The sheriff now putting extra patrol there.
If we got deputies here watching this building, then they're not doing their job.
And now we're using
resources that
were not intended
for the project.
And the Richland County Sheriff's Department is releasing new information about two prior incidents where Chow
shot at his customers.
The latest one happening in 2018 when Chow shot at a customer that assaulted him.
Now, she said, Chow, I just found out his name. The store owner name is Chow. Shot at a customer that assaulted him. You're supposed to call the authorities, use better judgment. But, we human. Men get enraged. Men want to protect their own, protect themselves, protect their property. I get it. I understand that. But to shoot a man, oh, sorry, to man or at a man, that's overzealous. That's intent. Assault could be laying a finger on a person. Assault could be saliva at a person. Assault could be strong words. They didn't say the level of assault. Let's get back to it.
Before that, in 2015, Chow reportedly shot at another customer he suspected of stealing. Chow says that customer left the gas station threatening him. Chow then ran behind him and shot at that individual's car 6 times. Luckily, in that incident, there were no injuries.
Okay, so whenever somebody runs away from you and give them your back, that means they going away from you. One time there was a threat, but once they give you their back, they're no longer a threat. Unless you got some strange body dynamics where you could do everything from time. You may not be from this world, word out. But that man chased behind him, let off 6 blueies, and then God, nobody was home. To let off 6 blueies? But thank God nobody was home. Thank goodness nobody was home.
Meanwhile, the community will be coming together for a visual on Friday at Spring Tree Place and the parking lot right across the street from the gas station. Again, that'll be from 5 to 7 on Friday night. Reporting here in Richmond.
Right. Today, I think he was found acquitted today. Here's my spin on that. Young youth, when you're out there in the street, when you're out there doing your thing, understand, everybody's looking at you. Understand, you're going to have to do better. If you don't have no money, don't go inside these stores. If you don't have no purpose to be there, don't be there. We're living in times where everybody's allowed to springboard off of you. That means point the finger at you, blame you, crack jokes on you, do what they want to do towards you, and then whatever happens, happens. You see, the thing with this country is, this country like to always paint a picture of its black American citizens as the no good ones, but never give credit to these same black American citizens that built the foundation of the country. They want to put that to the side. That's wrong. A lot of these young boys of today don't know the history and the fight and the strife, the sacrifices and the strife that they had, ancestors had to go through in order for them to be where they're at today. You know, the freedoms. The freedom to go outside, get some fresh air, to go to the store and get a snack, to go to the store and look around, drink from a water fountain, drive a car, take trips, buy clothing. You know, the freedoms. So you have to do better. You have to be appreciative. Also, today's society with the social media and people doing pranks, young people understand older people mentality different from younger people mentality. That goes without being said. So what you find funny or what you find non-threatening, an older person may find anxious, questionable, fearful. Nobody wants to go through problems. People just want to go to and from. With that being said, older people know that these young kids out here lost. They just doing whatever they do. We still could guide them. That young kid didn't have to be taken away from his parents like that. You could have held him, grabbed on him. You and your son stronger than him. Hold him down. Remove that away from him if that was the case. The first report I got was he went inside the cooler to get some water and put it back and walked out. And then the store owner just him. We just have to do better. We have to do better. Let me look up this other.
Meanwhile, one day after
Richland County jury found Shell station owner Ricky Chow not guilty in the shooting death of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton, protesters have returned to the Columbia gas station where this case began.
We do want to note that the gas station is now under new ownership and no longer affiliated with the Chows per a statement and documents we received from the new owners today.
And WIS reporter Lena Allen joining us now live team coverage tonight at the Shell gas station.
Lena, what can you tell us?
Well, that's right. That shock that many people had from yesterday's guilty verdict now turning into action. As you can see, a lot of people have filled both sides of the street, making sure that their voices are heard. They tell me they were actually here overnight until about 3 a.m. with their signs, and the protest here has grown over the last few hours, with drivers also honking their horns in support.
That's the thing right there. To be more people coming out, more black people coming out, standing strong as a community. There's about 47 million black Americans in the United States of America. That's a lot of people. Stand in solidarity, unity. Let people know you cannot do this. It's not going to be accepted. And no, a person should not have to be violent. Because violence don't start with violence. Violence don't end with violence. Violence shouldn't always be handled with violence. So let's make sure we do what we got supposed to do as people. So, anybody that have a heart, anybody that have a conscience and an understanding should know that things happen in life, but no extreme measures should be taken for every situation. If it could be avoided, try to avoid it.
Now, some of those we've had the chance to speak with say they believe the verdict It's a failure of the justice system. We were there last night as cries from Cyrus, Carmack, Belton's family filled the courtroom after the verdict was read. Rick Chow also getting emotional as they took the handcuffs off her husband. I went to Chow's home earlier today for a comment, but the person who answered the door quickly shut it. I said I was with WIS. Meanwhile, a call for change filling the streets out here. I spoke to one woman who was holding a bottle of water up in the air in protest.
What they valued his body at and chasing him for because they thought that he had a bottle of water. And I just feel like his value is so much more than this. I was very disappointed. I can't even tell you what my feelings are. It ranges from so many different things. And anger, saddened.
And as this protest has grown, so have CSD deputies. They're over there patrolling the gas station. They now have gates to block off the area. I spoke to a RCSD spokesperson who tells me the gas station owner decided to close down after yesterday's verdict until further notice. Of course, we'll keep you updated what happens out here in our later newscast live in Columbia. Lena Allen, WIS 10. Arlena.
You see that, right? So the owner had to shut the store down for the faults of the last owner. He's smart. That's a business, that's property, that's money, that's equity. But that guy, Mr. Chow, he was wrong. You know, there's a pattern with the towards black people in America, with the Asians. There was a situation in New York City where there's a police officer patrolling the buildings. I think he's on the roof and he heard footsteps. It so happened to be a black man, and instead of the cop pulling his flashlight out, he grabbed his, and he took it out and right there. He didn't do an investigation. He didn't take the flashlight out because I believe there's a missing light bulb. So he didn't take the flashlight out and go look and see. No, he didn't do that. He just did what he felt he had to do because he felt like he was in danger. But how can you be in danger? You the law. You the law. People give you that respect. You got the badge, you got the uniform. That equals respect. Then there was another situation 2 decades or so back in California. Young lady, 13-year-old. I think she took a lollipop, soda pop, something like that. And the store owner, Asian lady, made sure she was never here to speak again, talk again, walk again, exist again. There's a pattern. And it just seems like anybody could do what they want to do when it comes to somebody that's black. But the foundational black Americans, I'm not going to put the. Foundational black Americans, people that have been in this country for over 400 years, FBAs, this is their country. And when you own a store in any neighborhood, you should be one with the neighborhood, have community ties with that neighborhood, because if your store is there every day and you open up your store for 10 to 15 hours a day, you get to know who is who and what is what. And I often ask this question. I often say, did anybody ever ask the FBAs, did they want to share their neighborhood and community with these people? I don't think America never asked them. They just ushered in many different ethnic groups to live amongst them. That's not right. But nevertheless, Mr. Chow should have had more patience dealing with the community. Because if you live in there and you own a store there, you must understand you part of that community. You may not be part of that people's ethnic group or race, but you're a human being and you're part of the community. Young people, I'm going to say this again. If you don't have no money, do not go to these people's stores. Or any store of that matter. Young people, I'm going to say it again if I ain't say it before. If you're doing these pranks, stop the pranking. Some people just don't like it. They don't understand it. And people find it very disrespectful. Bear with me.
Indictment number 2023 GS40074440 State of South Carolina, County of Richland versus Ricky Chow. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Ricky Chow, as to the trial.
Now, before I continue to play this, look at the Asian man. The Asian man want to be in close proximity of the white tea people. He want their hair texture to be like theirs, but it's different. As you see up close, the hair follicles is different. You see his facial expression, his facial features is different. You see the other two individuals beside him. You understand? He don't have what they have. You can see his skin texture slightly, but it still is a darker hue than the rest of them. That's why he felt like he could do that to Cyrus, because he want to be close to that empowerment or privilege. This gonna go bad. This gonna go bad if more incidents like this happens. It's gonna go extremely bad.
Charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number 304 person, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Court, your verdict and the verdict of the entire jury. Thank you.
Now, I'm not a lawyer. I've never been law enforcement. But the minute that penal code charge was giving, not guilty, the lawyer said, see how she gasped her ear? Let's watch it again. Look how she gasped. She gasped for it.
Thank you. The verdict of the entire jury. Thank you. Murder, not guilty. Fine number 302. June the 1st, 2020. To the charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number 302.
You see that? That took the air out of her body. Even she thought he was going down. But that's how the court of law works. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what was the parameters for him to have his way. You don't know what deal was cut behind the scenes. We as the people don't know what took place. But this thing called life, you can't make it up. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. You understand? It's extremely unpredictable. Extremely unpredictable. It's just what it is. Let's continue.
Four persons, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Forley, was this your verdict? The verdict of the entire jury. Thank you.
Go home with family.
Madam Forley, ladies and gentlemen, the jury, I'm going to ask you two questions relating to your verdict. Please answer yes or no to each. Number 302, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number two, is your verdict? 257, is it still your verdict? Number 63, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 208, was this your verdict? 208, is it still your verdict? Still your verdict. Number 226, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 329, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 222, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 164, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 21, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? Number 204, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
Now you see, now he put his hands to his forehead. Now he's praying now. He gonna owe a big debt to the establishment. And I just want to throw this out there. Just to throw it out there. It's funny how this took place 2 weeks after the president went to China. You have to often wonder, ask yourself, what goes on behind these deals with these countries dealing with one another? It just make you think. It just make the human brain just go in roundabout places in thought and say, this gotta be a deal made on the table. But it's always at the pain and suffering of the black man, the black woman. It's always. And sometimes we do it to ourselves. No matter how hard we try to raise our children just don't understand the world that they living in, but the parents understand that the world that we living in.
Number 232, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 259, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict? The jury's results, Your Honor.
Very good.
First set six,
A Richland.
Somebody just sent me a message. Bear with me. So yeah, that's my take And I hope y'all enjoy. Hope this was informative. And leave your comments, man. Let me know. Let me know what's your views on it, your point of view, how you understand it, and we can politic.